I know cool, but I pass it out. On my mama, I'm spazzing out. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Thtman.x, and as you see, we're to another video. It says how MTV Cribs was faked. Don't tell me that these fake ballers was really staying in trailer parks. I ain't trying to hear that, man. I don't know how they faked it, but it's a possibility. Was there Airbnbs back in the day? I don't really know. I'm only born 2006. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff. We're gonna find out.
What if one of the biggest reality shows that you grew up watching was built on a solid foundation of lies?
Right, I know that. Yeah.
Now, we all know that much of what we see on television is deceptive.
Right.
From alleged insights into the chaotic lives of various people, all the way through to dating shows where they distort
Ain't
time
that the
to
door?
make people fall in love as fast as possible, despite them even barely being compatible. It's a
Right.
murky world for the contestants and viewers to navigate.
Right.
But what most people don't realize is that the show that shaped our whole idea of how the rich and famous lived was just as fake as everything else on TV.
Right.
And maybe even set the blueprint for today's over-the-top social media lifestyles. In fact, you can make the case that it set the standard for the similarly exaggerated perfect lives that people project onto their social media accounts today.
Right.
You know, there was a TV show and they was trying to make a show and they started actually renting houses for
I
people
knew it.
that didn't have houses. They started renting cars for people who so that their situation would look the same.
Nah, I
as
believe
what
50
they had
Cent.
on the show. I think that's where they messed up. You know what I mean? That's where they took that part of what you're talking about out. They tried to do that with Redman, and Redman was like, "Nah, I'm gonna take you out of my house in Jersey."
Right.
They was trying to give him a house and car, and he ain't want to do it. So people just was like, "Nah, let's fake it and make it look like."
Damn.
And these are my cars.
It's your boy Luis.
Shout out to whoever.
MTV
Shout out to whoever name he
was-
just said for
MTV
keeping
was
it real. Yeah, shout out to bro whoever kept it real.
out here faking houses, but online, there are companies pretending that they don't have your info for these videos. And I don't want companies tracking. Thanks
Get outta
Surfshark
here.
for sponsoring today's video.
Get outta
That was
here.
a cultural phenomenon. And over time, the show's formula became so
Phenomenon.
predictable that it even developed its own cliches.
Nah, I believe Shaq.
Like every rapper
He's an
claiming MTV
athlete.
Cribs made
They
them
ain't got
watch
nothing to fake,
Scarface,
bro.
just because everyone had a Tony Montana poster. And it really makes you wonder if any of them had actually seen the second half of that movie. At times, certain stars were living an extreme more luxurious lifestyles than the producers realized.
When MTV Cribs first came to see me, they was like, where y'all live at? Y'all live in the country or y'all got cows? I'm like, man, look, welcome to my crib. I live in a mansion. How you doing? It's Master P and welcome to my crib. You heard me? It's 24 karat gold. All these floors are marble. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to take your shoes on. We have somebody come in here and clean up. Elevator. You know, I had to get one of these
Right.
in there. You know, when I be playing basketball, I might be tired of walking up all those stairs. Be able to take this.
During the
That's
show's
a nice
original
elevator.
run, the over-the-top mansions packed with pointless luxuries, like the kind Master P was showing off, got so absurd that even Dave Chappelle ended up doing a hilarious parody of them.
Man,
Alright.
TV, come on in, you broke mother. White Panda. Hulk Hogan choked one out for me in China for my birthday. This side is Bald Eagle. Look at my
Shout out to the DMV11 days.
chandelier. It's $2 million. It's made out of expensive chicken dinners I've eaten over the years from baller-ass restaurants. Come with me.
It's time to see my shoe collection. You know ballers love nice shoes. Everybody got their Dunks and their Jordans or whatever it is they wear.
Right.
See, I like to cut the middleman. Shoe closet. I got my own sweatshop. Goddamn.
Fine.
I got these bitches working 16 hours straight.
Meanwhile, other people such as Jackass's Chris Pontius made a mockery of the show's status as a place to show off your lavish lifestyle by showing how he was really living.
I'm Chris Pontius. Welcome to my crib. I've been between houses for about 11 years, so
Right.
I usually just live out of this thing. We're gonna start off with the living room.
All right, bet.
Here we've got, I don't know what this is.
But as funny as all this was, it took a rapper who refused to play along with the fake lifestyle to really expose what was happening behind the scenes. And now,
Right.
it made us question almost everything we saw on the show. This so-called authentic glimpse
believe
into
Birdman.
celebrities'
Lil Wayne, I
lives,
can
their
see Lil
luxury
Wayne.
cars, and their massive mansions.
Fomele,
Back when the legendary
fomele,
New Jersey
fomele.
MC Redman first appeared on Cribs, he provided one of the most legendary additions by simply refusing to sugarcoat his bachelor life.
Chris, this is Batman. We coming to y'all live. Should I give y'all the tour right now? Of
Word
my whole
two.
house, how it looks in here when there's real in here. Come on. Let's go.
At times, his place looked more like a cramped bachelor pad than the lavish home you'd expect from a multi-platinum selling rapper.
My ironing board right here. You know, we iron on the floor in here and watch TV at the same time.
Alright, bet. Hey, he got a crib, bro.
So, you know, a lot of entertainment. I like to get right in here watching a lot of DVD movies and
he's
stuff.
just a guy.
Nasty movies, the freaks, you know. This is for the freaks right here. And this room right here is what I like to call the De La Casa's studio.
Facts. If I'm him though, I would have just at least cleaned up, bro. You could have did it in your real crib, of course, but you could have at least cleaned up, you know. If I'm him, I'm at least cleaning it up, bro, just a little bit, man. Got shoe boxes and stuff, you know, like a plaque on that fell off. You could have cleaned up, bro. I would have cleaned up.
What I'm looking for in this apartment is a bachelor's crib. Don't even have a coffee table. This is what an apartment looked like when a brother doing this album. You know, this apartment is right in the hood and it's nice. Oh yeah, that's
right.
My cousin right there. He be knocked out. Oh.
Damn, the nigga on the floor, you could at least gave him the couch, my damn. I think people be pushing the trench life too much. Know what I'm saying? I grew up in a little ass apartment with how many people? Me, nigga. I grew up in a 3-bedroom apartment in Blaisburg, Maryland. It was not big, gang. 2 parents, 3 brothers. I mean 3 boys. 5 people, 1 house, 3 bedrooms. Okay. 2 baths, 2 bathrooms. Okay. Me and my brother share the same bathroom, gang. So once again, bro, like, yeah, bro, like, gang, like, you could have, like, sleep on the couch, gang. I understand, bro. I didn't grow up in a mansion either, bro. I live, bro, man, I'm saying, I stay in a townhouse, my nigga. This is the first time I've ever been in a house, gang. I grew up in apartments, gang. So I know, bro, like, damn, though, you could have slept on the couch, my nigga. Like, come on, the couch, bro.
We're here, you know, chilling in the cup. That sugar bear right there. Don't worry about him. He don't even hear y'all. Y'all not like he even here.
It instantly became one of the most memorable episodes for fans, often topping their lists of favorites. But beyond Redman's hilarious tour, what really made it stand out was how genuine it felt.
So yo, cuz go on the couch or something, bro.
Rather than bottles of Cristal in cinema rooms, it presented a different life than what they were generally trying to peddle. But years down the line, Redman revealed that they tried to get him to conform to the usual glitzy facade that fans were used to seeing. However, the Brick City legend declined to go along with it.
That was the whole thing of the show. Like, I ain't have nothing to do with their platform of the show. Their show was artists living lavish in the house. And I was looking at that as well before I even did it. I was like, damn, every goddamn artist house is just clean and then,
right.
You know, that's how they really living. Like, really no furniture. All the furniture is neat and and all over the. I was like,
that's
nah.
That's not
I said,
true.
For some reason, I feel like some of them motherfuckers is just renting the house to do that shit. Find out some of them was. I can't do that. You know, I ain't want to do that.
Despite their attempts to get him to masquerade a mansion as his own property, Red just refused to back down and wanted to present a raw and uncut look at the reality.
That's how it's supposed to be.
I wanted to show what the fuck I was living at the time. I don't know if they thought it was a good idea and shit, but I said, yeah, just come to my house because they wanted me to rent a house. They wanted me to rent a house so I can open the big double doors and shit like, yo, look at my shit, you know. And then people around my way been like, you know, goddamn well, that wasn't your house. They came in, my shit was like, you know, damn. You know, you sure you want to do it in here? I was like, yeah, I want to do it in here. They came at an odd hour, 8 in the morning, trying to surprise it. But it all worked out overall because I was believable with it. It wasn't nasty. There's a difference between being junky and nasty. My shit was junky.
In Redman's case, he was happy to disclose what it really looked like to be a rapper who hadn't strayed too far from his roots. But it's safe to say that most of those who signed up to cap on Cribs have been unwilling to reveal that this was actually the case. And now, many attempts to pull the wool over the audience's eyes.
Yeah, that's 100% BS. Yeah, bro. None of these niggas are that clean, bro. These are rappers at the end of the day, bro. Where's the drugs? Where's the pills? Where's the Molly? Where's the Sands? Where's the weed? Where's the lean? Where's this liquor? Where's the Henny? Come on, let's keep it 100, man. Y'all are rappers, gang. Y'all are not this neat, bro. Come on, bro. Have
been exposed for the falsehoods they truly were.
I can believe 50 Cent living in a big house, but like
a fake home. There are plenty of rappers and artists
nobody's
who
really that
do
clean
just
for real,
that.
man.
Among the most infamous
Theirs, but
examples
they're
of
not.
this came when Ja Rule rented an 8-bedroom mansion in Miami for his
That
episode.
nigga like a human dolphin.
Examples of
Say he don't look like a dolphin.
this came when Ja Rule rented an 8-bedroom mansion in Miami for his episode. Because he was killing it on the charts at the time, it seemed entirely feasible that this was how the Murder Inc. flagship artist was really living. However, he did seem to briefly admit that the house wasn't actually his.
While some players down the beach and they rent rooms and such things like that, we rent mansions to have good times.
Set against the backdrop of a huge party in the backyard that even featured Jay-Z among its guests, this led to a hilarious moment where he called over a dog and started telling a whole backstory about it, even though they had probably just met that same day.
Right.
See, that's that guard dog right there. Cookie, Cookie. Come here, Cookie. Cookie be acting up, man. Cookie only chase you when you're on a bike or something like that. That's when he, don't come around here with no bikes.
That nigga don't even know you.
He went all
That
the way
nigga name probably Daryl or something. And that dog name probably like Austin or something. That nigga name is probably Blue. That nigga name is probably Gilbert. That nigga don't know nothing about no cookie. That nigga don't know nothing about no cookie. He can't even eat cookies. He probably got chocolate in it. That nigga name probably Alan.
Have your bathroom nice and set up. You probably look around and say it's real feminine in here, but that's cool. That's cool because ladies like
They're on the
stuff
dog.
like that. Seen the crib, seen some of my friends, the party, pool. What else you need to see? Get out of here.
At the time, viewers likely thought Ja Rule was living an unviable life that most of us could only dream about. But even if he was enjoying the fruits of his labor, he wasn't always doing it at this Star Island home. Because in 2004, the person who actually lived there sued him over the kind of mess he made during the filming of the episode. After leasing the place to Rule, homeowner Jeanette Varela returned to find severe structural damage and discarded condom wrappers and syringes everywhere. To make matters worse, Varela only found out he'd violated the lease by throwing a 600-person party during his 4-day stay after she saw the footage air on MTV.
So they did have Airbnbs back in the day. Alright.
As part of her lawsuit, she pointed out that the lease clearly stated that the property was to be used only as a private residence for up to 8 adults. No parties allowed. And that she never gave permission for any filming to happen there. Understandably, trashing someone else's home and bringing in a film crew without permission was bound to piss her off. In fact, Ja's lucky that Airbnb wasn't a thing yet, or he might have never been able to ever get another property again.
That's why I was
What's even more embarrassing than his reckless behavior catching up to him is how he boldly tried to flex on the world with a house that wasn't even his. But he's far from the only one who did this.
He just said he rented it out,
though. Singer Robbie Williams borrowed actress Jane Seymour's house for his segment. And once he got them through the door of his massive estate in Bath, England, he was another one who was lying to a ridiculous extent.
This actually is where I spent my Christmas day. This is where the magic happens. Look at this. Rob's camo, some cords, black as the new brown. Through here, a few of my jackets, my tailor.
And the problem was that, much like Ja Rule, he neglected to let the homeowner know what was going down. He didn't let Jane know that I was going to pretend it was my house. He told the US radio station years later, and because I was like 23 and full of spunk, I didn't even consider other people's thoughts or feelings. So I would like to take this opportunity to apologize to Jane Seymour.
Accountability.
His youth as an excuse. There's perhaps one person who found to have falsified her living situation for the show who can maybe get away with it.
Is that Hannah Montana?
Started by tracks like Leave, Get Out, 13-year-old pop star JoJo was actually living on the road when her segment.
JoJo Siwa? I thought she looked different than that.
Started by track.
That's not JoJo Siwa. That's JoJo. Damn, JoJo, you look different, JoJo. What happened? When the hell did she? When did she start getting the bows? Then that's not JoJo. That's you. What happened, JoJo? JoJo CY. What happened? Why you start getting the bows, JoJo CY? Nah, JoJo CY. You was looking cool back then, JoJo CY. You look normal, JoJo CY. She must ate Skittles for the first time that made her get like that. Yeah, Skittles could do that.
Acts like Leave, Get Out, 13-year-old pop star JoJo was actually living on the road when her segment was shot, and pretended her uncle's house was her own. And as you can see, she really committed to the illusion.
Hey, I'm JoJo. Welcome to my crib. Come inside.
Oh, I see the pink now.
My vacation house. I do spend most of my time in New Jersey, but I love coming here. And when I first
Don't see why you was 13. You ain't buying no damn crib. Nigga, I was 13 during quarantine. I was playing nothing but Fortnite and spanking my meat, bro. You wasn't buying no cribs at 13.
My family.
Let's be for real though.
They're crazy. This is like a Winnie the Pooh chair. It would be really cool if I could still fit in it, but
JoJo CY, get up, JoJo
whatever. I
CY.
like Winnie the Pooh.
But where most of them have never admitted to it, JoJo clearly couldn't live with the lie, and later admitted that the whole thing was just an attempt to hide what her life was really like at the
That's
time.
not JoJo CY.
It was so ridiculous. The thing is, we didn't have a home at that point. My mom and I were living out of suitcases, and we were mostly in hotels. So that was actually my uncle's house on the Cape. That wasn't my house. That wasn't my stuff. When I was sitting on my spinny thing, that was his kids. That's the truth. I should have balled hard and been like, welcome to my crib. Look how luxurious it is. And I should have rented out a place. But no, I just used my uncle's crib. So that was me lying on cribs. As a young and naive artist, you can understand how she thought that she had to jump at the opportunity to appear on a big show like that. But for some people like the Yang Yang twins, their attempts to masquerade a home as if it was their own was particularly ridiculous. Because in their case, it looks like they hadn't set foot in it before filming.
I don't know who the hell the Yin Yang twins is, but it's like they just got two niggas off of Benning Road. They like they just got two niggas off of Benning Road and say, hey, you wanna do a video? Hell nah. Like they grabbed a couple niggas off of Sulin. Just said, hey nigga, you want hey nigga, we got They offered him a place to stay, my nigga. I don't know who the Yin Yang twins is. Yeah, these niggas first off Bennett Road.
Ridiculous. Because in their case, it looks like they hadn't set foot in it before filming, let alone anything else.
Hey, yo, how y'all doing? Yo, come on in. It's me and my brother. First room I'm finna let y'all see is the sea room. We got the fishing right here. What their name is, out? That's Kudzu, you, and Money Green.
Those baby sharks I used to have that, bro. One of mine's died though.
Go with the fish.
That ain't no regular fish, that's a shark. That's what I was told.
Bada boom, bada bang, boy. We decorated this ourselves now.
No, you didn't.
Over the years, their appearance had gone on to be as much of a meme as Redman's cousins sleeping on the floor. But it's clear that they were fooling no one. All the white neighbors watching out their windows at the Yang Yang twins wondering who just rented that house for the weekend. 18-year-old me, damn, Yang Yang twins living good. 34-year-old me, these dudes clearly rented this house. Although things like the Yang Yang twins pretending to be aquatic experts are hilarious, there are other instances where people pretending to live in lavish pads showed the pressure they have to portray a glamorous image. A prime example of this came when Dame Dash rented a London home from Mariah Carey for his appearance. Situated in the sought-after area of Chelsea in London, Dame's appearance showed off his obscene shoe collection, which he claims he never wore the same pair twice.
The reason why I got that nickname, Young Fresh to Death, is since I was a young lad, I've been known to be fly. I've known to pop tags. I don't like to wear the same things twice. So I'm going to show you my problem, and it's a serious one because I got a lot of sneakers. Matter of fact, this is not my house door. This is my hallway. Before we even get to my house, I have a secret room where I keep my kicks.
Well, you don't have that, pal. Shout out Mariah Carey.
But like I said, I just love sneakers. So as I look around at these flavors, these are the red ones, and as you see, they're categorized by color. Nike made me a sneaker called the CEOs. So if you look inside, it says CEOs. But the thing about it was they didn't make them available to sell. That bothered me.
But where this went from your average stunt to something more sinister was the financial woes that were just around the corner for the Rockefeller head. In 2010, he foreclosed on 2 Tribeca lofts before revealing that he was $100,000 behind on rent in 2015. But somehow, he still found the way to blame his appearance on Cribs on his old partner Hove.
That was 30 years ago, bro. That was in another century. Like, get over it. I know I hurt people's feelings, but the fact of the matter was, in that situation, in MTV's Cribs, it was more cost effective because every month I was flying artists to London to break around the world. So it was more cost effective instead of spending $70,000 for a weekend.
Man, we ain't gonna skip past like you in $100K back on rent. Boy, what the hell was you renting? The Batman truck? Damn, bro, you was living in Batman house? You was staying in Batman basement? What the hell what the hell? Damn. Nigga, you ain't get. They ain't give you an eviction notice 2 months behind, my nigga. Who the hell was you renting? What the hell was you renting, bro? Nah, he must have rented out Batman crib, man. Damn, 100? Damn, man. That's a lot of money, bro. For some rent, damn. Just pay it on time, bro. I know your credit card look horrible, man.
Just getting a crib.
Just burn it, man. Just start a new life, man. Go to Puerto Rico or something.
Was because Jay was supposed to be the spokesperson, but he refused to do it. If I'm gonna live and be the artist now, because he won't, then I gotta be treated like one.
But you can bet that when the cameras were off, he was most likely wishing he bought a few less pairs of Jordans.
Right.
On the subject of shoes, there are some stars who discreetly used cribs as a means to lock in a brand deal. Long before influencers had to disclose sponsored
Nigga, is
content,
that Beyonce?
Destiny's Child used their crib's appearance as a sneaky way to promote a shoe brand.
She's kinda
In
bad.
a now iconic moment, they were seen showing off a Candy's shoebox. Disguised as a part of a breakup ritual for Kelly.
You have to show them your box. My box? For all the ladies that think that you're the only one that can't let go of memories when you have a boyfriend and you break up, Kelly keeps the box.
It's okay. Okay, it's all good because we will move on. We are independent women.
And within a year of this video airing, the iconic R&B trio were the face of the entire ad campaign for them. Over the years, since the series first aired, a whole array of dirty secrets about how they really created this illusion have come to light. And since those early days, it was revealed that people weren't just renting homes, but high-end cars too. Among the people who were caught out doing exactly that is
Wasn't he on top of the world at one point?
Renowned for his willingness to portray.
I remember that, man. Hell nah, man. I remember that, man. First fake Instagram stunt I ever seen in my life, man.
Star, when he actually goes commercial, it turns out that the former child rapper's tendency to sneakily slip into the persona of the mogul started way back in the day, as during his time on the show, he was in stunting mode from the very moment he opened the door.
Yo, what up, man? It's your boy Bow Wow. Welcoming y'all to my crib, you know what I mean? About to take y'all to the Prince's throne, which is my room. Ladies, this is what y'all been waiting for. Yes, ladies, that is my bed, okay? I got Jordans galore that you might not even see. I even got the official Bow Wow shoe, man. Y'all see this? All jerseys.
Right.
I got a mink. And you know what's funny? I got this 2 Christmases ago, and I still haven't worn it.
After what he'd achieved before he even turned 18, no one would have hated on him for doing that. However, it would have been all well and good.
So was he like the Rakai before Rakai?
The fact that his cars were all branded from a Miami luxury vehicle service.
Damn. 260 Motor. Y'all be pronouncing them Medinas because y'all probably don't got one of these bad boys. We're gonna move it to this
You don't have it either.
Right, which is my baby, my BMW, my 645 black on black.
I believe you could have had that.
I call this thing a Night Rider right here. Burgundy insides, how rare.
But considering how he acted in the years to come, as charted in our Child Stars Who Fumbled the Bag video, he never learned his lesson. Due to Bow Wow's history, no one was exactly shocked that he'd done something like that. But one man who they were shocked to learn had either faked his wealth of cars
50?
or was trying to scramble to cover his financial tracks was 50 Cent. Way back when G-Unit were on top, 50 showed off his
I thought 50 had it. He got me fooled.
That was previously owned by none other than Mike Tyson.
Damn!
What's the matter with you, man? MTV Cribs is here. I don't want to do Cribs unless I can do the whole thing. So I'm gonna take over the whole show. Let's go.
Damn, 50, you had me fooled, 50. That's a nice crib, Mike.
And at a time when the show was already pretty crazy, he still displayed some things that were a first.
Damn.
This is actually the strip club, man. We have the lovely adult entertainers for adult entertainment.
While all this was really his home, the one thing that he masqueraded as his own were his luxury vehicles outside.
I know you ain't see these before. When
Oh, so that was his house.
Everybody ain't got these, you know what I mean? This is Curtis right here, you understand what I'm saying? It's the Ferrari F50. I don't really use it for much. Really what I do is I use it for conversation. I get around my really rich friends and they say, I got a Ferrari F50. I say, me too. This is the Enzo right here. It's $1 million.
Considering how much 50 was killing it at this point in time, there was no reason to suspect that
So was it his crib or was it not his crib?
Or Lambos. Years later, the truth finally came out during 50's bankruptcy hearing, where he admitted under oath that the flashy cars he showed off on MTV Cribs weren't even his.
Oh,
When the
okay.
lawyer asked if he'd ever filmed himself showing off cars that weren't actually his, 50 replied, "You mean like MTV Cribs? Maybe." And after a few more questions, he finally confirmed it. At that time, those cars were rented. By the looks of it,
Alright.
everything that we thought we knew about how
To
these
the
celebrities lived
DJ, another
has to be
one.
doubt by the harsh reality that when it comes down to it, they're just as eager to impress and can be as insecure as
Yeah,
we
man.
are. But above the lies that were told on camera,
Hey man, damn 50, you had me fooled. But that was your crib though. So not really? I don't know. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. They faking it till they make it, but they kind of made it. They just faking it still. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff.